Hello YouTube family, welcome to or welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Sharita and welcome. In today's video, I wanted to give you something that's going to get you ready for the season of gourmands. Fall is approaching, but I find that marshmallow is a gourmand scent that just works all year. You can wear it in high heat, honey, you can wear it in the dead of winter. It's just a versatile fragrance note, and I find that it makes for a truly delicious scent. So what I have for you today are marshmallow fragrances. They feature the note, but trust me, they show up very differently in all 8 of these. So I do think that no matter your fragrance taste, no matter your fragrance budget, there is going to be something on this list for you, all right? So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right into today's video. All right, before we get started, please be sure that you are subscribed to the channel if you are enjoying the content, and give it a big thumbs up as it helps my channel to grow. So the first one I want to talk about, okay, we're going to talk about both of these fragrances together. You know that we love us some Yum Bougie Marshmallow around here, all right? But Lattafa has entered the chat and they have a new gourmand collection, and today I'm going to feature Mallow Madness from their Give Me Gourmand. If you look at the notes, you know, for both of these, this is obviously going to be their take on Yum Bougie Marshmallow from Kayali. So there are some differences. Do you need both? I would say you don't need both, but the Kayali Yum Bougie, this one wears with a little bit more of that ambroxan musky vibe, and that could be a good or bad thing for some. Also, I think this wears just a little fruitier and citrus forward. You do have a lemon, you have the green apple that are mentioned in the top of Yum Bougie, and I think it really does come across in here when you are comparing the two fragrances. So Yum Bougie opens with notes of freesia, Italian lemon, nectarine, and apple. You have middle notes of marshmallow, strawberry, coconut, and orange blossom, and you have base notes of whipped cream, sugar, vanilla, musk, ambroxan, and raspberry. Beautiful, fluffy, fruity take on a gourmand. It's slightly fresh. Again, that really heavy ambroxan note in the base gives it amazing performance, especially for this house that gets a lot of complaints about performance. But I find that typically your Kayalis, once they have had time to sit and macerate, mature, do their thing, they are going to give you at least moderate wear. That is just my experience. Everyone sprays differently. Everyone has a different shower routine, moisturizing, body chemistry, diet, hydration internally plays a role in the longevity of a scent. So for me personally, I get moderate to long wear just depending on the scent profile. So Mallow Madness is new to my collection, so I cannot give you just this whole thorough breakdown of, okay, it's going to last you 8 hours. I don't know. I only got this a couple days ago, and I gave it like just a quick wear test yesterday evening. I did find that it had good performance. The sillage on this one, I would say they're about similar, but the difference for me, Mallow Madness, the marshmallow facet of it is just a little bit more prominent. It's a little bit more prominent. You don't have that bright citrusy burst that you get from the Kayali, and I just think something about this wears a little fluffier. Now, Paris Corner has Marshmallow Blush, which is their take on this one. Marshmallow Blush is going to wear a lot denser, thicker, almost caramel coated version of this one. This, I feel, is the fluffiest of them all. It's maybe a little sweeter. This is almost like an in-between of this and the Paris Corner, but above all, more marshmallow-like than the other two. I think it's really beautiful. This is brand new. Like, once it's sat, had time to do its thing, I just wonder how this is going to change, because even though these bottles, y'all, I'm telling you, they look like definitely something that belongs to my daughter's collection. You know, the quality of the bottle is actually better than what I was expecting. Like, the glass part, it's heavy. You have this nice little gradient thing going on here in the glass design. The top, yes, we know, okay, y'all know Lattafa gonna do it over the top. Some people really hate it. I really don't care. I mean, I really don't care, honestly. The scent is just absolutely beautiful. So Mallow Madness opens with notes of raspberry and strawberry. You have middle notes of freesia and marshmallow, and you have base notes of whipped cream, musk, and vanilla. Just as the notes will indicate, you don't have that green apple, you don't have that ambroxan, you don't have, you know, that lemon, you can smell the difference in the scent. Like, I feel, you know, because sometimes Middle Eastern houses, honey, the notes they give you, it's smoke and mirrors. This is dead on. What you're getting from the provided notes is what you're going to get from the scent. Oh my God, which one do I want more? Oh, That's hard. That is hard. Close competition. Y'all know I love Marshmallow Blush, but if you're talking about between these two, I don't know. If you're looking for something more marshmallow forward, even more so than Boujee, I think Mallow Madness. Beautiful release on this one. I do have a couple others from the Give Me Gourmand collection, and I will be introducing those to you relatively soon in upcoming videos, all right? So again, this one is Mallow Madness from the Give Me Gourmand collection of Lattafa. Now let's talk about an affordable fragrance that is a hodgepodge of two different Kilians. I love talking about this fragrance on my second bottle, okay? First of all, my love for Kilian's Princess, love that fragrance down. Juliana's Perfume, however, has pretty much prevented me from re-upping on an empty that I had of the Kilian because they were able to get the scent of Princess nailed down, performance scent, everything just one for one, okay? We have gone through multiple bottles of that, and what they've done is they have taken Princess and they have blended it with the scent of Apple Brandy on the Rocks. So I don't know who would have thought to layer those together in real life, but they have blended those two scents in one scent. And this is called Miss Independent with Rum Drizzled Apples. So good. So good. Oh my God. I mean, everything that you love about those two fragrances, the booziness, the pineapple, apple, you know, thing that you have going on with the Apple Brandy on the Rocks, you're getting it here. The ginger, the marshmallow, the delicious matcha touch that you love from Princess, you're getting it here. Imagine the amount of coinage you would have to spend if you wanted to buy those separately and layer them. You don't have to do that. And when I tell you the layering of those two scents are a match made in heaven, when I want to smell delicious but also want to have just a little air of freshness to my scent profile, a touch of sexy, this is what I am going for. Juliana's Perfume really hit it out of the park with this one. Try this one. I'm telling you, you will not regret it. If you know what those two Kilians smell like, you are going to love this. You're going to love it. Again, this one is Miss Independent with the Rum Drizzled Apples from Juliana's Perfume. So this next one is all about chocolatey, marshmallow, graham cracker goodness. Okay, I know I'm giving you the ingredients of like you smelling like a s'more. S'mores is what you smell like when you put on We Plus. This is from the House of Kais. My God. Okay, I want to say this is my favorite Kais perfume. I don't have a ton of them, and I know y'all always, every time I do a marshmallow video, oh my God, you don't have the Kais perfume, the Lizion, whatever the name of the marshmallow fragrance they have. I don't have that one. I've sampled it. To me, it didn't give me marshmallow, and I don't know if this was just a skin body chemistry thing I had going on that day because I had a small decant of it. It's something I want to revisit. Maybe I'll just go ahead and blind buy a full bottle, a partial, so that I can give a real wear because y'all seem to really love that one. Me, it almost wore like maybe like a dense sugary scent, and I was looking for fluffy marshmallow. So that was the disconnect I had. It smelled beautiful. I just didn't feel compelled to buy a bottle, okay? But We Plus, so good. This has got to be one of the most delicious, probably one of my favorite chocolate centered gourmands, but you do have that note of marshmallow feature, and that is why it is in today's video. This is a perfect warm, spicy, decadent, chocolatey, just cookie rich scent, and you just have that fluff of marshmallow adding to the decadence of it. So this has notes of cacao, marshmallow, coffee, peru balsam, patchouli, and styrex. It is a really beautiful blend. The styrex is always going to give like a cookie nuance to a fragrance, but they're mentioning coffee and patchouli. I don't get those standout notes per se. So if you are not a fan of patchouli, trust and believe you have nothing to worry about in this fragrance. It is there, probably just adding to the richness and the complexity of the base, giving it amazing performance. The coffee is not a standout to me. Again, probably just really well blended with that cacao note. So if you are in the market for a really delicious decadent chocolatey treat, then check this one out. This one is again from Kais Perfumes, and this is We Plus. Next up is a cherry banger. Okay, sexy cherry, probably around $100, maybe a little less. I can't keep up with all the price increases and things they have going on, but Cherry Ambition from the 7 Virtues is going to be one of the best cherry fragrances on the market. I'm going to stand behind that claim because you are getting that marshmallow note in here. There is an underlying like fluffy sweet vanilla quality to this, but the cherry and the saffron, honey, it's just so sexy, and it's so cherry forward and long lasting cherry at that, and it's very like, you get the saffron in the best way that is going to just really take it there. I don't understand why this is not like a super hyped cherry fragrance, but when I tell you this is one of the best done cherries, it's cherry that doesn't go medicinal. It is a cherry that lasts, like I said, the cherry is a fleeting note. Just like lemon, citrus, very fleeting. Cherry is a very fleeting note in perfumery. You know, Tom Ford's Lost Cherry was the one that just completely brought on this big cherry craze trend that has not let up. And so many people were disappointed by the performance of it. I guess at the time we didn't have a ton of experience with cherry, but that is just usually how cherry is in a fragrance. So a lot of times you will see people couple it with a sweet almond, because the cherry and the almond, they definitely bear some similarities in the smell. But this one, beautiful performance, wonderful price point, well executed. All right, so again, this one is Cherry Ambition, and this is from the 7 Virtues. This next one is from the house of NAVITUS, and this is Lost in a Dream. This is their collaboration done with Paulina Shar, and I just think that this is so beautiful, like tonic, woody, marshmallow heaven. This, a lot of people compare it to Milk. I would say if I had to pick one, maybe the Expressive by Commodity. I had that one in my collection for probably a solid year, but something about the wearing experience of Milk, I often say it just became cloying and annoying. When you actually give that a real good spray down, you wear it throughout the day, it was just not one I gravitated towards, because it was kind of making me a little sick. And honestly, when I got like my discovery set of that fragrance, so beautiful, because keep in mind, you're doing this with a 2 ml and you're doing this thing, you're not getting an overall wear, so you really don't know what to expect once you get that full bottle in. This one, I just think is so much better. Okay, it's so much better, and I don't have that problem of it becoming too much. Beautiful. It's a little bit more complex for sure, because there's a lot more going on in this fragrance, but I just think this is one that has that marshmallow note, and it is done masterfully in this fragrance. So this one opens with milk, cinnamon, bergamot, and orange. You have middle notes of marshmallow, croissant, amberwood, almond, orchid, fig, coffee, and jasmine. And you have base notes of Madagascar vanilla, musk, sandalwood, oak tree, tonka bean, and tolu balsam. I would say this one is probably going to wear a little bit more on that powdery, woody side. I think that Milk, the Expressive by Commodity, is one that gave me like roasted marshmallow woody. It actually didn't wear milky that much to me. This one, you're definitely going to get marshmallow tectonic facets, woody, powdery, and a delicious sweetness. So if you are in the market for something that is just stunning as far as the marshmallow amazing performance, I would say try Lost in a Dream, because this one is absolutely a fall and winter staple for me. Again, from the house of NAVITUS. Last but certainly not least, one of my favorite luxurious marshmallow fragrances. This is from the house of REFY, and this was a really successful blind buy for me. Marshmallow Musk just does it for me. It is very grown up. You have got to love powdery. You have to not mind a touch of lavender, a little bit of tea in your fragrance. It's sweet, it's very vanilla forward, and this is a powdery dream. You're going to get that marshmallow front and center, and I just think if you enjoy musk, if you enjoy marshmallow, and you want something with a gorgeous feminine complexity to it but easy to wear, then you have got to try this one. It's very pricey, I will say, but would I repurchase this again? Absolutely. We are probably a little bit below the halfway point in this bottle, but this was just a love at first sniff. It's feminine, it's grown, it's just, you could make this a signature scent. If you had to say, I want to smell like marshmallows every day, but I want something signature scent worthy, a gourmand signature scent, Marshmallow Musk is what I would recommend every time. So this one opens with magnolia petals, Earl Grey tea, and lavender. You have middle notes of marshmallow, jasmine, and iris, and you have base notes of musk, powdery notes, vanilla, and woody notes. I want to reiterate again, you have got to like it powdery. We are mentioning iris, and we are mentioning powdery notes, and we're mentioning musk. You've got to love powdery. It is first and foremost powdery, and just beautiful, just beautiful. I get so many compliments off of this fragrance. I cannot begin to tell you. It has wonderful performance for like this light, airy, fluffy floral scent of this profile. It's not going to be a bees, but it has long wear and people will be able to smell this on you. I would say maybe a little bit outside of scent bubble. Gorgeous fragrance. So check this one out. Again, this one is from the house of REFY. I think they actually have decants at Scent Split of this one. Now I know when it first dropped and I would rave about it, it was a little hard to come by. You could only get it at Neiman's and REFY Direct, but you would have to order like, you know, the little 2 ml samples or full bottles. So love this one. Check it out. That is it for me, you guys. It has been real. Be sure that you are subscribed and drop me a line below letting me know what your favorite marshmallow centric fragrance is. These, again, very different. They all wear very differently, but they have a wonderful marshmallow note featured in them, all right? So it has been real. I love you all, and I will catch you guys on the next one.